Hey, so today I decided I would do a video that was a little bit different to what I normally do on my channel. This is simply because I think as though I really need to sort of explain a lot of stuff that's gone on, both personally and in the world. So I'm going to start, my first topic is going to be last year. Because obviously it's the new year now, there's a lot of people, new year, new me shit. Which is, there is every year. In retrospect, there is every year people want to be new year, new me shit. To be honest with you, the start of last year can't have been that good because I don't remember any of it. Other than personal aspects getting out of proportion and all sorts of shit happening. The moment it came to summer was the pivotal point where shit literally hit the fan. Both for me and people around me, everything seemed to go terrible. And it was stressful and looking back, emotionally draining, but I felt as though at the time I was doing the right thing. Because this video will be on Facebook as well, I'm deciding that people will know who I'm on about straight away. A lot of it, with all the bad things that happened in the summer. But through all those bad things, a group of friends that I didn't think would ever be possible came together. Bonded so well. People that back in school, I don't know why I had such feelings against these people or never spoke to them, but I did. And in the summer, with everything that was going on, a group bonded so well that it sort of made it, in my personal opinion, sort of outweighed all the negative things that were going on. Then I'm going to say when things began to pick up, I would say that this whole thing is just karma all over. Bad thing happened, the great thing was everybody got together. When things began to get good again, the group, won't say disbanded, but distant. A lot of people don't talk anymore, and a lot of people just sort of disappeared. No, not disappeared, they're there obviously, but it's weird for me because of what I thought, what I thought I put into it, and there's nobody there now. Like, if we go out now, there's only the same 4-5 people who go. Whereas in the summer, it was a massive group. You could say it's down to the weather, or that's just how people are. But it's certainly something that was big enough in my life to affect how I felt. Then my dad became ill after going on a camping trip, which was a real eye-opener for me. And although I never really show my affectionate side to people in person, it was big. Watching him go through that illness, when he's saying he was feeling like he was going to die, it was like, holy shit, this is real. And a real eye-opener. And I suppose looking back at now, I probably didn't react in the most mature way. There was probably more I could have done to help, but at the end of the day, you can't turn back time. Then I decided that rather than making YouTube videos, I could try streaming, because then I don't have to do all the editing. I don't have to wait 2 hours for it to upload. I don't have to sit on the god-awful floor because my headset doesn't reach the sofa, which I'm sat on now. So I started that, and I made a thing that I would stream every Wednesday and Friday, which, that's good. But as soon as I started streaming and decided I would stream on those days, my granddad got ill and was in and out of the hospital constantly. Like, even though they kept saying that there was nothing wrong with him, then they'd say, then he'd end up going back. And then, you're perfectly, you're healthier than what we'd expect. But then he has to go back. Then he has to get the biopsies done, and this and this and that and that. And that's, for me, was both distracting and all sorts. And all of this, going back to the original talking point, made me even more distant from my friends, and made me feel lonelier than ever, really. So lonely that even doing the one thing that I enjoy most, hopping on my Xbox or on my PC and just playing a game with randomers just to feel that human interaction, was no longer suffice. It wasn't even close to making me feel better. So my game hours dropped dramatically. And when my game hours drop dramatically, everything seems to change. If you leave a game and then go back to it after a long time, the game feels totally different, or it does for me anyway. There's so much pressure now, I think, on people who make games, the game designers, to change everything. Even subtle changes. To take Call of Duty, for example. I'll use Call of Duty as the main example here. They do regular updates to fix bugs, which is fine. Bugs need to be fixed. But they also have a obsession, which I think is stupid, that when you buy the game, by the time the first DLC comes out, the multiplayer is already totally different without the new maps, because they'll add weapons that weren't in the original game. Like with the Winter Siege event, they added 3 weapons, and no doubt before the next event when the DLC comes out, those weapons will feel completely different to what they did straight away. It's frustrating because I can see, like, if the weapons are broken, okay. Let's take the BAR, for example, in World War II. When that first came out, I thought it was, even on core, it was 2-shot, which means if you shoot somebody straight away, even by the time they've reacted, you've killed them, which probably would give you an unfair advantage, yes. But in the end of the day, it's the highest level requirement weapon, so it should be like that. It should reward you for getting to that level by giving you the best weapon. Now, because I play a lot of hardcore, Thompson is the highest level weapon submachine gun that you can get. So why in hardcore is it a piece of trash? It is so bad that I literally never use it when I play hardcore. And all of these factors add up to, what is the point? I don't want to play this game anymore. if I come on here to relieve stress, all it does is stress me out even more. So then I started playing single player games. I would go back to playing Gears of War 3. I played that for a little bit. And although it's buggier than what I remember it, and for some reason harder, I feel as though even on insane bots I die quite a lot, and I'm like, I never used to die this much, surely. But it just feels odd to me. All of these factors add up to not wanting to game anymore, which is why I made this YouTube channel. It has been so weird not playing as much as what I used to. Not to mention, I mean, over the Christmas period, I could have probably filmed. Multiple times, done multiple streams, but I felt as though I couldn't because of my siblings. They are the biggest distraction and downfall to this YouTube channel at all. Not because of any personal reasons, just because they're so bloody annoying. I remember I filmed a video, which was one of the only videos I had face cam, a multiplayer game on Black Ops 3, and about 7 or 8 times they walked in and out of the room, which obviously I'm pretty sure I edited out, but it's all those miniature interactions that really disrupt me and edit. If you're in a good flow, then they come in and it stops it. Or my little sisters are young, so they're very imaginative and loud, which is not really, if you go into a lobby and you hear kids screaming, what's the first thing you do? You mute them. So it's not exactly the most advertising thing in the world. So that's why I probably didn't stream any over the Christmas period. And also, it's Christmas period, so you want to spend time with family and stuff. We went to Liverpool, which was really good, for a tour of the stadium, but I can't help sat here recording this that everything that I do now, even with a group of people, like when I went to Liverpool with my mum, dad and my brother, I still felt alone. And it seems to be that every time I come to terms with my singularity, something else happens that immediately throws the spanner back at me. And we're straight away back at square one. Now, the final thing I want to talk about, which is obviously something that's really in the news at the minute, is this Logan Paul thing that everybody is reacting to at the minute. His whole video in the suicide forest and his reply. The only thing that I can think that is from a standpoint of somebody who watches someone who has received this sort of thing. In PewDiePie, is probably one of the most famous YouTubers. Obviously received a lot of stick after his Nazi whole thing. And then there was the incident where he said something on stream that obviously has its own implications, but at the end of the day, if you're an audience of these people, you expect that sort of content. The rest of the world doesn't. It just sees Now, I haven't watched Logan Paul, so I don't know what his videos are like. But I'm guessing, because, for starters, they went there, that his videos had to be very sort of in the range of that whole idea of to be honest, I don't even know what the idea of that whole thing was. I'm trying to make a point, and even thinking about it here, it's weird. It's probably wrong, but it's what his audience expects. And the way that YouTube is now, everything is about views. It's not so. Although there are a lot of YouTubers that are still there that just make content for content purposes and to entertain, there will always be those that take advantage and take some form of it to take advantage of the system and take advantage of people's, I won't say stupidity, but need to belong in a group, because that's one of the hierarchy of needs to belong. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to say on most of it. I mean, the main point of this video was to give you guys aspect of why I haven't been streaming, and my hand is shaking now. Thank you, hand. And I have to switch hands. You okay? You calm down? Good. Yeah, so that's literally the whole point of it. I hope that you guys who watch this either on YouTube or Facebook feel the point, because I won't say, I've got depression, because I haven't. I probably haven't. I haven't been diagnosed with it, so there's no point in saying it, because you don't know what sort of things it could offend somebody or start something that is stupid that doesn't really need to be there. Anyway, I'm going to call this video on that last point, and I hope that you guys have taken something from this, and hopefully you thought about something that I've said. Some aspect of it has been something that you think, hey, that's a point that maybe it's affected me in some way, or whatever. Because at the end of the day, everyone's human, and we're all here. There's nothing we can do about the chaos in the world of extremists, or Trump, or anything else that appears in the news that sickens you or makes you think, what is the point? People make mistakes. People move on. It's as simple as that. And everybody's an individual. Even though we all try to be groups, you're still individual, and everything will affect you differently. And on that note, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. Please go check out my YouTube if you're watching this on Facebook, and vice versa. I will leave a link on the YouTube channel to my Instagram and shit. I don't usually do the whole self-promoting thing, because, quite frankly, although it helps to promote, I'm not really a big thing of, give me all your views, man. I'm just like, if you watch it, I'm grateful, and if you don't, then that's fine as well. So, thank you guys, and I will hopefully get some videos up on YouTube soon. Peace out.